Okay. I'm going to talk about how to tell when something resonates in your body or something that resonates with you. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I know from my experience, people can get lost, really lost within their body, or just lost in anxiety. So I used to be a very anxious person. I identified as someone with anxiety. So if I introduce myself to you, or rather, if you asked me something about myself, I would say the first thing I would have said. One of the first things I would have said was, "I have anxiety," or "I'm very quiet." I would have said, "Please forgive me. I'm very quiet and very shy," or I would say, "I have a lot of anxiety." That would have been like one of the first things I said about myself. So, um, so because of anxiety, it's harder to pick up on those intuitive nudges that we get within our body or within our spirit. However, I know that people can think about these things in different ways. So I want to try and touch on all the ways that you can have these things come to you to so that people don't feel eliminated. So however your hits come in to you knowing something resonates with you, something is true for you, comes in different ways. Um, and if you're trapped in anxiety, you're going to have a harder time recognizing it. So, uh, the biggest attribute to healing is you have to be curious about yourself. You have to become curious about yourself. I like to think of it as I'm getting my education on myself. And when you're doing it as an adult, you have the institutional knowledge of life. So that helps. That helps. You already know how to do things. You already have had experiences. So you're not like lost in concepts of what experiences are. You've had experiences, so you do have some foothold on self. So you can use that to get curious about yourself and to kind of like, yeah, gonna have to buckle in and be courageous. So getting curious about yourself means, yeah, of course, therapy, but also just um, kind of sticking to your guns about who you are and rediscovering your emotional needs. So you have to kind of rediscover or reevaluate your emotional needs. And you do all that with therapy. So the mind, body, spirit stuff. So how to tackle that is mind, body, spirit. So therapy, take care of your body, eat right, um, start to dress and present yourself how you want to present. Limit exposure to environments and to people and to systems that that drain you, and you pick up on all those things as you're going through your healing process. So once you've done all that, then your ability to recognize your intuitive nudges um, is clearer, and what it feels like to have something resonate with you is just relief. So don't ignore relief. Um, if you feel something, you get something, you like, you know it to be true, and you feel relief, don't pass off the relief. Don't because you also, as you're going through your healing process, are battling those echoes, those way of being thoughts that they were never true. Um, they were based on conditioning, all that stuff that I know you've heard other people talk about. So, but I want to talk on I want to talk on feelings so that you don't miss the signs. I think another part of the healing process is like you come back to things, you come back to signs. Like a sign may hit you, something may hit you today, and it may not take effect at all, and then it hits you again, and then that's it. Like you're done. Like you've shifted. So if I can help people, even though it's not my even though, yeah, it's not my responsibility, but if I can help a little bit, then I'm here. I'm peer support. I'm peer support. Okay. So if something resonates with you, It's relief, and in that relief is peace. So once give yourself time to accept that relief, then that's the peace builds. The peace within your spirit and peace within your mind. Like the anxiety goes away. You start regulating your nervous system. So the other thing about this healing thing is re-regulating your nervous system. It's your nervous system, right? So you've heard tons of people talk about that, and it's very much true. So that's the peace comes in, and your nervous system improves. And well, things just get easier. Things get easier. Not problems go away. I'm talking internally. Things get easier. I'm talking internal. So internally, things get easier. Still gonna have problems. Still gonna have the world doing the most, but internally, things get easier. All right. I hope that helps. Good luck.